What's good? A little trade recap. I took one trade today. It was a long on NQ and it was a win. So let's get into that right quick. So Loki, a crazy day overall. Not gonna lie. We ended up like this is the sell model that I was originally looking at, and I mean, okay, I'll just get into it. I'll explain everything in a second. But yeah, so going into the day, initially I was leaning bullish. Now, why was I leaning bullish going into the day? Because obviously this hadn't happened yet. So going into the day, we were just clearly in this buy model here. So this is a market maker buy model, right? We've got this turtle soup here on the bigger time frame. Market's just displacing higher. We are holding bullish imbalances here and here. We are disrespecting bearish imbalances here. And then we're also coming from this higher time frame key level. As you can see, like on the 4 hour, we've got this huge imbalance here. We've got like this new week open gap that we're holding. And we're just clearly displacing higher towards internal buy side and towards all-time highs. So I am bullish going into the day. And at market open, we end up getting an internal sweep. Hang on, I gotta go forward a little bit. So at market open, we immediately end up getting like an internal sweep of buy side right here. But then we immediately sell off, right? So already, like I said, I was leaning bullish. So when we get this move here, I'm like, okay, maybe the market just wants to open, trade straight higher, and then we'll see what, go take out buy side, and then we'll see what we're gonna do from there. Obviously, it doesn't end up happening though. We end up getting a very immediate, strong reaction lower. So I'm now viewing this as like internal manipulation, right? So market opens, we sweep higher, we trade higher, we sweep out these highs, and then we get a move lower, and I'm like, okay, I'm now viewing this as a potential sell model. So I go to the 5 minute, I mark out this sell side level here. Now, why do I like this sell side level? Because this is the three reasons. This is number one, the end of the low resistance sell side liquidity run. So as you can see, all of these lows here, this is the end of that. This is also London low, and it's also the 1 hour intermediate low. So if we go to the 1 hour time frame, as you can see, this is a low resting inside of a 1 hour bullish imbalance. So those are the three reasons that I liked this here. And as soon as we kind of get this move lower here, we also end up getting a 5 minute change in the state. And I was like, okay, I'm viewing this as a potential market maker sell model. As you can see, it's got that beautiful distinct sell model look. And I was looking at this to potentially be sell side of the curve here to go hunt London low. Now, why did I not like I said, we do get this 5 minute change in the state, but why did I not like this? Because of ES. Like ES was kind of making me skeptical about wanting shorts here, because notice when NQ is like down here, getting that change in the state, look where ES is. ES is holding this huge bullish imbalance that was left at market open. So this candle here, this big bearish candle, is literally this on ES. It's nothing. It's technically a bullish candle. So ES is not looking like it wants to be bearish, while NQ is getting this. And I also recognize this bullish SMT. So I'm like, okay, this, I like the look of this, but at the same time, I don't like this here. I don't like the SMT. I don't like the ES is holding the 1 minute. So I didn't take anything here. I was just waiting. And as soon as this next candle closes, I'm like, okay, we're definitely not bearish, because the market would not close a 70-point candle if we were bearish. We also just end up displacing through this, and we end up displacing up through this bearish imbalance, and we have no respect for the 1 minute change in the state. So at this point in time, I'm like, okay, we're probably now bullish. This is going to be manipulation, and we're probably going to go see this high. And we end up opening up this 1 minute imbalance here, and I'm basically looking to see a potential rebalance to this to take a long, go break even at the internal high, and then target external buy side for my final TP. Now that does not end up happening. We end up taking out the internal high before we come back to this 1 minute. So I'm like, okay, no trade here. I'm just being patient. I'm waiting. We end up selling off all the way, and I'm not gonna lie. For a second here, I kind of like I said, once this happens here, I'm leaning bullish, because initially I was viewing this move lower at market open as manipulation of internal buy side, plus a 5 minute change in the state, and then I wanted to see sell side of the curve towards London low. But then when I see this huge move higher, so yeah, when I see this huge move higher, I changed the way that I'm viewing this from displacement to manipulation, because now I'm like, okay, we put in an SMT, we're getting heavy displacement higher. It's very obvious that we want to go to this high. So I'm now, like I said, I switched the way that I view this lower price leg from displacement to manipulation once this price leg happens here. But then we end up selling all the way back off, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is an internal sweep of buy side. So the market I'm like, okay, maybe market just wanted to sweep the high again, get one more round of internal manipulation, and then we'll go see sell side. And then also, as you can see, we end up inversing this 1 minute bullish imbalance. So I'm like, okay, we might want to be bearish here. Now, obviously, right here, there's no entry for me, so I still don't touch anything. But then we end up getting bought up all the way again. And as soon as this candle closed here, I was like, okay, well, we're clearly not bearish because this candle would not close. We would not close a 60-point candle if we were bearish. So obviously, I'm still just hands off here. There's nothing here for me. Now, I do recognize that, like, when I see this, basically, I'm leaning more bullish once again when I see this big move higher. But I do recognize that we never swept this low. But look at ES. Remember, we have this SMT that is still intact. And when we get this big sell off, what does ES do? It's just continuing to hold this. Okay, what the heck was that? It's continuing to hold this 1 minute bullish fair value gap right here. So, seriously. So, all morning, throughout all this chop and throughout all of this crazy price action on NQ, ES is continuing to hold this PD array bullish. So, I can't really be bearish until I see ES start to displace lower. So, when I see the SMT still intact, and then NQ gets heavy displacement higher. At this point in time, it's very obvious. Like once these candles here close, it's very obvious to me that NQ wants this internal high here, and more than likely wants external buy side. So that's the first thing that I like about this. And the second thing is, notice right here, this is the first time that we end up accumulating all morning. So notice, all morning we've just had a straight move up, straight move down, straight move up, straight move down, straight move up, and now we're finally starting to actually accumulate and build some price action here. And if you go to like the 30-second, as you can see, this looks really nice. So we end up closing above this 1 minute here, as you can see. So we inverse the bearish imbalance here. This 1 minute's kind of holding. I mean, we technically close below it, but we end up just getting displacement up. So this 1 minute is still holding bullish. SMT is still intact. Bigger time frames are still extremely bullish. So I am leaning very, very bullish here. And I'm viewing this here as an internal AMD. Because notice, like I said, we haven't chopped around all morning. It's just been straight up, down, up, and now we're finally accumulating. So I'm like, okay, if we can accumulate here, we can sweep internal sell side, tap this key level, and then get displacement higher. I will definitely look to take a long towards buy side. So what is this key level? This is a 1 minute, a 2 minute, and a 3 minute imbalance. So, and notice it's also the only one on this price leg. So if we look at this entire price leg here, this is the only bullish fair value gap. And then this is also a 2 minute fair value gap here, which is the one that I got marked out. And then there's also a very small 3 minute, but it's still there, right there. So 1 minute, 2 minute, and a 3 minute. Then, like I said, on the 30-second, we get accumulation, manipulation lower, and then distribution. Now, this was a 1 minute bearish fair value gap here. So I did end up taking my entry off of the 30-second inverse, as you can see. But the reason that I didn't wait for the 1 minute, which would have been here, is because I kind of just knew, like I knew this was going to go to the buy side. Like I was very confident that this high was going to get taken, but I knew that if I waited for the highest time frame inversion on this price leg, which was the 1 minute, that it was very likely that I was going to get a much worse fill. So since the 30-second model was there and it was very clean, as you can see, I got that accumulation and manipulation into the key level, a little bit of chop, but then bam, heavy displacement higher, closing above the 30-second bearish imbalance. So as soon as this 30-second candle here closes, I take my long, and I've got my stop at the low. And I was thinking about targeting this high. Like initially, I was planning on targeting buy side. Now, why did I say that? Because as you can see, the higher time frames are extremely bullish. Like I said, this is very obviously a buy model. So why did I not end up targeting this high? Because of this. This is why I didn't end up targeting this high. Because I mean, first off, it's a Monday, so I usually don't trade on Mondays because I don't expect to see good price action. And second off, like this is why I don't trade on Mondays usually, because it's just much less efficiency in price most of the time. So initially, I was like as soon as this 1 minute candle closes here, I was like, yeah, I'm probably just gonna hold this to the buy side level. But then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna. I don't really feel like I basically just didn't have the patience for a Monday, and I was like, this might end up just flipping, edging me, and not even playing out. Which is, as you can see, that is exactly what happened. And this is why on these types of days, like on Mondays especially, you definitely want to take low hanging fruit. Like, yes, we could go to the external buy side level, but it's much better to just take what you're extremely confident in. And in this case, for me, that was this high. So yeah, I had this marked at break even because initially I was just going to go break even and then let my position run to external. But like I said, obviously that didn't. I just ended up closing my full position at this high. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And as you can see, that sell model did end up playing out. So kind of a wild day because we never end up taking external buy side, but then the sell model does play out and we get sell side of the curve towards London low. So I mean, obviously, honestly, this here is really efficient price action. Now, I don't know if there's really an entry that I would have taken. I mean, yeah, definitely not. Yeah, because I would have waited for buy side to get taken if I were to have taken a short. Obviously, buy side never gets taken. So yeah, there would have been no entry for me here, but we did end up getting sell side of the curve towards London low. So overall, for a Monday, this was actually pretty dang good price action. And yeah, like it's just on these days that you just have to be extremely patient and like just wait for it to be extremely obvious what the market wants to do, right? Like I mean, initially when I see this big move higher, I'm like, okay, maybe we're just gonna want to go straight to buy side, but then we sell all the way off, and I'm like, okay, well now we have a 5 minute change in the state, maybe we want to go see London low, but then we get bought all the way up, and I'm like, okay, now we're running through these bearish imbalances, getting displacement higher. It looks like we want to go to buy side, then we sell all the way back off, inversing all of these bullish imbalances. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is internal manipulation here, and maybe price wants to sell towards London low. But then we get bought up again. And like, notice, like this whole time, I'm not, like, this whole time that all of this is happening, I'm not sure what I want to see. Like, I'm never extremely confident in a bias. Like I just said, I'm switching back and forth all day long. I'm never glued to a bias. I'm never marrying a long or a short bias. I'm just being completely reactive and like being patient and waiting for it to be extremely obvious what the market wants to do. So once all of this happens and then we get bought up again, we leave this high intact. Then we start to accumulate. Finally, we finally start to get some chop. We get manipulation lower into a key level. We hold the key level, and then we get displacement higher. This now is very obvious to me that we want buy side because, like I said, this I was viewing this as an internal AMD, and now I'm willing to take a long towards the internal high. But like I said, the reason I didn't hold at the external high is because all day it was just up, down, up, down, up, down. I didn't have confidence in the efficiency of a Monday's price action, basically. But yeah, really nice trade today, 1 for 1 on the week. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next recap.